Melia!
Miss Melia!
Kino, you did it! Applause. Where?
We're in Ransom's house. The lab went up in flames, so we carried you here.
The lab. I'm sorry, Teelan. I failed you.
Miss Melia.
You damn fool! What possessed you to do that? What happened to safeguarding the future of the High Entia? And bringing our brethren back home, were those just words to you? You should think long and hard about what the death of a leader would mean for us!
Come on, big sis. That's enough.
Don't defend her. This idiot child.
I had to.
What?
To protect it at all cost. The research.
How can you be so fixated on that?
Our salvation lies therein. I believe it now.
Melia!
And yet, ultimately it was for naught. I caused trouble for everyone. And I couldn't even save the documents.
Poor Miss Melia.
That's not true. If you and your friends hadn't come when you did, there might not have been anything left of the research to continue with. And also, here.
What's this?
It's the book you carried out of the fire. Ring any bells?
This tome. We found it in the tomb.
Yeah. The book that started my research. If we have this, me and Tyrea can carry on with our work. Sis, are you with me?
Yes, right. We can study the problem until we make some headway.
Miss Melia, thank you.
Likewise.
Teelan. Tyrea.
You've only just woken up. Come on, we'll let you rest.
Yes. Thank you.
What that for? Kino used tranquil snooze for sweet dreams. That seemed extremely
This might just be what we need to defeat the Fog King.
Yeah.
Feeling better?
Yes. Much better now.
What a relief.
Miss Melia good as new. Kino saved day again. Less braggy, please.
Friends, I'm sorry I worried you. And I abused your hospitality. Please forgive me.
No. You saved this place and we owe you. Big time. This was the least I could do.
I will not stop now. I swear to do what I can for the good of Grandel.
I appreciate it. Just don't go running yourself ragged for us.
I promise. We seem to be missing Tyrea.
Oh, if you're looking for her, she figured the fog beasts might strike again, so she went out on patrol.
The likes of us aren't exactly trained for battle, so really, any help is welcome.
You're right. I feel sorry for any beasts that wander into Tyrea's path. By the way, did I hear you mention something about defeating the Fog King?
All thanks to our friend's research.
Is that so?
Quite.
A sterling achievement, Teelan.
Just an accident.
Still, even so, your devotion to your mother may well have saved our future. All right. What do we have to do? How do we defeat the Fog King?
We found ether attacks effective against fog beasts, but not against the Fog King. That's because the ether's concentration was too low.
Concentration?
Concentration? Pipe down when adults talking, dum-dum. But Kino's so bored.
The whole thing got me wondering, why did fog beasts appear when the rift got wider? I think the intensity of the rift's rays exceeded the density of the Telethia's ether field.
None of that makes any sense to me. How is the density connected to the Fog King?
If we could put up an ether field denser than the Telethia's, the Fog King will become vulnerable.
How does one put up an ether field? Secondly, where does one obtain such highly concentrated ether?
For the field, I think this guy will do the job, with a little tinkering.
In that case, it's just a matter of gathering up enough high-purity ether crystals, except...
Except what?
Those kinds of ether crystals are extremely rare. I'm not sure where I'd even start looking. There might be none at all around here.
Oh, cheer up, all of you. It is not a foregone conclusion. And in any scenario, if we cannot defeat the Fog King without them, we will have to keep looking until we find them.
True enough.
Good. Then let us start by asking around.
Hey!
Welcome back to more Xenoblade Chronicles Future Connected. We begin with the first of 2 story quests, the search for High Ether, asking around the Grandel militia members for about High Ether crystals. We also need to do side quests. The score is Galgar 2, Melia 1, and we can't have that. Can't have that happening again. We have been kind of weak lately, and I think that it makes sense for us to start accepting some things. Before we do, a colony defense person. Grandel militia, it's a Homs. A High Ether crystal, eh? Well, it's the first I've heard of it. But now that I think about it, I might have actually a rough idea of where to find one. I hope it's what you're looking for. Blast, you know what? I can't recall. It was a long time ago, so my memory's a little hazy. Sorry, your best bet might be asking a fellow squadsman of mine. He's on the ramparts and bound to know more. Up here at the gate. I believe going through here. Yes. We go up this way, and then we can loop around. Getting up top. Nice, 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 nice. Still getting notifications for that battle I was in so long ago. This is for the freaking Armu fight, and it's still going.
Let's keep it brief.
A High Ether crystal. Ah, I think I know what you're getting at here. I'm not entirely sure on the location, but I do know there's supposed to be a very rare ether deposit near here. An old lady called Sarja told me about it. You might be better off talking to her for more details. I got interested myself and even tried to searching around Nerthus Necropolis, but couldn't find a thing. From what Sarja told me, there might be a good chance it's inside of a cave, so that's why I thought it was in a place to start, alas. If it really is in a cave and it's not there, then I'm stumped. Still, that doesn't mean much. There'll be other places to check. I can't say for certain, of course, but I do think we're talking about the same thing here. I expect you'll find Sarja at Hero's Rest down at the south end of Grandel. She's a kind old bird, always worrying about our welfare and that. Anyhow, better get back to my shift. I hope I was able to help a little. I hope that was a pun and that she's a High Antia. That's my hope. Oh, wow! I didn't know that was here. HP up 4. That's going on Melia straight away. Back at Grandel, we just need to head south to find this kindly old bird. Are you someone I can talk to? Rudodo. Rudodo is monster emerging from ruins. Look wicked cool or what? With this mushroom on my head. Ruins super cool to begin with, so an add monster effect is super wicked cool. You have fun. Radsims is kind of an underrated character for me. I think he has one of the better character designs out of all of the Machina. I like the cables that are sticking out of his arms. I kind of wonder if they're retractable, like he can stick them out and everything, like spines. Just something that I thought of when I saw his design. I also love the shades built into his face. I don't feel like I've seen that in another character before. So Grandel, I believe personally that this was what Colony 6 was originally supposed to be, as it was there in the beta version. I thought this because of the aforementioned line of Colony 6 apparently being close enough to Sword Valley that they could pull back the line to it, and also Colony 6 is surrounded by lots of fields and farmland, and what is Grandel surrounded by? Lots of fields and farmland. It fit in and it made sense. A lot of assets were shared between it and Colony 6, probably because they just wanted to build the town out of generic stuff to make a quick and easy test map though, but this is back when I thought it had a story purpose. Yes? Ah, you're not a Hyantia. He and my late friend were on good terms. Naturally, I had to regale the man with tales of my friend's escapades. I believe the one may be of particular interest to you this time. Is this friend of Hyantia man? Is this friend a Hyantia man? And what? I believe the one that may be of particular interest to you is the time this friend, a Hyantia man, discovered a crystal. That is some wording. He was a real go-getter, that man, always traipsing around and exploring from the day that he set foot on the shoulder. I cannot read. He would tell me all sorts of stories from his adventures and entertain little old May. I remember like it was yesterday. The sky was a brilliant blue, birds were singing, kids were burning in hell. I'd come to pay my respects at the graveyard like any other day. Apparently he's burning in hell. And then along he came with the biggest smile on his face and took out an object wrapped in cloth. Said he found a strange crystal alongside an ether deposit. And what a light it gave off. The cloth it was wrapped in wasn't enough to stop it shining through. Ah, it was a sight to behold. The core was translucent, yet it gave off a pale glow, warm, yet somehow ice cold. It was like being bathed in turquoise sunlight. I'd never seen anything more beautiful, and I don't think I ever will. Sadly, it dwindled to nothing in a matter of minutes. If there'd been anything left of it, I would have kept it as a memento, I'm sure. I remember him telling me how incredibly large the deposit was, drooping down from the ceiling above. From his description, I imagine it might have looked something like a stalactite, which is why I'm convinced that it must have been in some sort of cavern. And despite the deposit's size, the crystal he'd retrieved fit comfortably in the palm. It must have been formed over a long period of time. Ideally, he could have told you exactly where it was located, but I'm afraid that's not possible because he's sleeping here quite peacefully now and cannot really be disturbed. I'm sorry I wasn't able to show you the exact location, my dears. Still, I hope that my little anecdote was of some use to you. I pray that you too will be able to find what you seek. Lady Sarja, we are grateful for you confiding in us. We will have to report these findings back to Radsum. And so we shall. And so it was. Wait, no, I wanted it. There was a Pororo. I'm gonna run and grab it. Hero's Rest. Sure get a nice view of the capital and Grandel from here. Don't worry, I'm watching that map closely, making sure I don't run off the cliff again. Wow, this is great. I like this view a lot. This is taking a bit longer than I thought it would. Are we coming up on it soon? I don't want to give up and tap the left stick. It's like temptation. Okay, it's coming up. Here, let me watch where I'm going. There it is, I see you. I couldn't see you before because I didn't have the camera pointed at you. It's like some kind of pickup line. In my book, anyway. Oh, God. Oh, my God, there's... Okay, we gotta be careful. I'm playing as Melia. I'm freaking doomed. She is gonna fall off of this waterfall and die. I just know it. Okay, well, I got my... Okay. So... Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Okay. 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 Jump. Get over here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Good, good, good. I got it, I got it, I got it, I got it! I didn't even know this was here. Maestro Artistry. That's an AP up 4, and it can go on anyone, it looks like. I'll pop that onto Shulk, and then we'll pop this onto Melia. So that we're gaining more AP just across the board. Now, where were we? Radsum, right. Got really distracted there. I also said I was gonna do side quests, and then I just got kind of swept up into doing this. If we only had a high ether crystal, it's high ether purity.
Who, me?
So that's how things are. It seems we owe Miss Sarja and her friend a debt of gratitude for the valuable information they provided us. It's just my conjecture, but the crystal may have been highly responsive to heat and sublimated? Never heard that word before. When exposed to sunlight. It's fascinating, isn't it? I have to say, its properties are quite unusual. And I agree with Sarja. I think that it would have been found in a cave, like she said. So the soldier said he'd already searched Nurthus Necropolis, huh? All right, let's think of other options then. If you follow Fime Lane, which breaks off from Tull's Way towards the northwest,
You'll find the Forbidden Hushland. It's a dangerous place though, so it hasn't been mapped out very thoroughly. Nevertheless, there is meant to be a cave-like location thereabouts. The man who found the crystal must have been a formidable swordsman. It may be from him that news of the cave's existence reached us. Very worthy. I pray that you find a high ether crystal there indeed. You are the only ones we can rely on to harvest it, I'm afraid. Good luck. And if you do not find a high ether crystal, be careful to keep it away from a strong light as you carry it back. Yay, we completed the first of 2 story quests! And hey, there's the second of 2 story quests, the quest for high ether! They all have the of high and ether in their names. Tealin, what do you have to say?
That reminds me.
It's a shame about the lab burning up, you don't say, but I'm glad everyone's all right. That's so cool that like a little side quest like that gives you additional lore for this. I like that a lot. Now, loads of side quests are findable in this area. I want to find Helmeline, the one who greeted us when we walked in. No, that's not you. Is it you? Yeah, Helmeline.
What is it?
Oh, won't somebody hear my woes? If only someone around here knew about machines, they'd understand my concern, surely. I assume from their expression that this matter bothers them. Nene want to find out more. Well, I gotta swap Shulkin, and this time not because Melia is dying.
What is it?
Oh, can I help you? Sorry to bother you. I saw those mechanical parts and figured we might be able to use them to fix the junks. I'm sorry to disappoint, but everything you see here is little more than scrap. Can you tell me what parts you're looking for specifically? We need wiring to link up the generator and the drive system, as well as something to reinforce the hull. Sounds rather complicated. That said, I do have an inkling. You've seen Hyentia airships before, right? Well, there are a few crashed ones in Alchemoth just lying there. And you think we could strip them for parts? Just so? Although I don't know what state they're in, you'll have to go in and work that out for yourselves. Right, I see. I would have investigated them myself, but everyone else warned me, saying it's too dangerous, so I relented. Still, from what I remember of my preliminary study, I think there should be 3 of the machines left. Understood. Thank you for sharing the information with us. Oh, one moment. I may have a request to go with all that. There are actually some parts I need too. Would you mind terribly finding them for me and bringing them all back together? Of course, that's no problem at all. We have fixing up the junks, getting 3 pieces of unique equipment for this. What kind of parts are you after? I'm so glad to hear you ask. What I need is a palm-sized caulk. Understood. We'll keep our eyes out for one of those. I'm counting on you. No problem, leave it to me. Is that, with Mr. Shulk here, we'll be finishing quick snap. Is that a pun of palm-sized caulk? All just as well, I hadn't checked Alchemoth for collectibles yet today. Sounds like a good idea to me. This must be one of the ships Helmeline told us about. I hope we can find the parts. This should probably do. Indeed it is. Okay, let's see what else we can see elsewhere. Can't jump over that. I guess metal boots are pretty heavy. The enemies here are downright dangerous. We're getting to the point where we might be able to challenge them, but it's not exactly something that I'm eager to try. Is there... There are 2 more, right? Oh, it's up top. Oh, right, there's a... Oh, Zanza, do not want to be close to you. Let's go over this way. Yeah, right down here, right down here. This must be one of the ships Helmeline told us about. I hope we can find the parts. This should probably do. Okay, let's see what we can see elsewhere. Same thing again. Oh, we gotta go pretty far out of our way this time. So the top floor of Alchemoth is not particularly the best place to go. There's no, like I said, there's no collectibles up here. There's some strong enemies that generally are a good idea to avoid. You're only level 67, actually. I can... Whoa! That was intense. Just did bop and shulk and I'm going, oh! I was gonna say what you will about Adam Howden though, but nobody says what they will about Adam Howden. He's an amazing voice actor, but I was gonna say he can frickin' yell. Backslash. I was a little harsh on Shaker Edge before. It is still genuinely a free hit while the enemy is down. And a few more free hits that in the time that it buys you. Booyah! I missed. Yeah, I'll say we did. Slippery, slimy epithelium. Epithelium. That's the name we're going with. Oh, we're filling in a lot of the map over this way. You do automatically fill in a map after discovering all the landmarks in it, so it's not necessary to walk around the perimeter and fill in every single little square pixel of this place. Just in case map completion was important to you. You get experience from it, I guess, though, but it's only from discovering landmarks, so again. This must be one of the ships, so we hope we can find the parts. Oh, this one's actually different. Nothing over here. Hey, Melia, how about over there? Nothing here either, it would seem. What about you, Nene? Meme, negatory. How looking over where Kino is? Meme, Kino found it, just like Kino expect from Kino. Talk about tooting his own horn. What is it? Is there something behind us? Kino spit out problem. Big huge dino beast! That one seemed different from most Telethia. Did it just come to watch? There may be something to what you say. Was this the last of the airships that Helmeline spoke of? Should be, yeah. We'll need more parts than these, but I don't think we'll be able to scavenge any more this way. That sound like go back time to Kino. Melia, something wrong? No, it is nothing. We should hurry back to Helmeline. That is my favorite style of Telethia, just the three-headed dragon. It's so freaking awesome looking, and it's just big and powerful feeling. Its wings are also kind of creepy, how they're all fleshy instead of like wings. I really love that design. From exploring Alchemoth, we got one more collectible, the main cat. A very regal looking cat. It has lovely smooth paw pads, and we just stuck it in an album and slammed it shut. Welcome back. It's good to see you're still in one piece. You what? You encountered a Telethia? You're lucky to be alive! You say it just flew off of that incident? Phew, you had me worried there. Anyway, about the parts? Thank you very much. I'll make good use of this, that much I swear. I'd also be happy to lend a hand with fixing the junks when the time comes, so call me if you need me. All done there. Rudra equipment. I believe that that's meant for Shulk. Rudra wristband gives agility up, sounds like it. Rudra bottoms gives agility up, and Rudra shoes is more agility up, but I have a better agility up gem on my shoes. All this time and we still haven't had a dedicated side quest episode. We still did some of the main story in this one. Well, that's our very first side quest here in Grandel down. Next time on Xenoblade Chronicles Future Connected, we'll see what else there is to do around these parts. Ramparts, that is. See you guys then.